Welcome back to Bet with the Boys. Sunday, November 17th. Best bets in the NFL. Going against the spread on the full slate. Every single game, Sunday night, Monday night included. And I got a little breakdown for each and every game for you guys. Sunday morning, plenty of time to get these bets in. Have it up and out and uploaded. Should be by 10 o'clock, 3 hours before the first game kicks off. So let's see, 13-3 run, 3-0 yesterday, college football and NBA. We had Florida plus 3.5, outright won against LSU. We had Kansas plus 2.5, outright won against BYU. And then we had the Charlotte Hornets plus 3.5. They outright won against the Bucks. The Bucks are just a little bit overrated in the NBA, and we went against them. And honestly, the Hornets roster doesn't look too bad. So we'll take advantage of that this season. Looking forward to it. First, before we get into the picks, like and subscribe. On the road to 2.1K subscribers. We're almost there. Once we get there, we'll throw out a parlay to celebrate, and it would most likely be in the NFL. Let us know in the comments what you would like to see. If the majority of the people do want the NBA, we'll do that. So flexible. Just let us know. Become a member. Great way to support the channel. Like and subscribe is free, obviously, and a great way to support us. If you want to take it a step further, $2.99 a month, less than a cup of coffee. So, speaking of coffee, not a sponsorship by Starbucks or anything, but you got to start your morning out Dan Campbell style of the Lions. Get you a Trenta iced coffee with nothing in it. I think he adds a shot of espresso, so I guess I'm just not as big of a man as Dan Campbell. I think he gets two of them, actually. That's a heart attack waiting to happen, but yeah, he's a different breed. All right, so we'll get into the slate. We got a great game to start. The Steelers have been so fun to watch lately, and the Steelers are catching points again as a home underdog. And I know the Ravens are the Ravens. Lamar's playing at an MVP type of level, but trends are trends, and here's what we got. We got favorites of 3+ are 2-18-3 against the spread in this series. So Steelers qualify there. Harbaugh is 0-10-2 as a favorite of 3 or more versus Pittsburgh. So yeah, that's not good. Tomlin is 12-2-2 against the spread as a dog versus Harbaugh. And then Tomlin is 61-34 against the spread as a dog in his career. So Steelers is going to be the play here. It's just a system. You take Tomlin as a dog. I know we put this out about every week, but the books just keep making him a dog. So we're going to roll with that. I was looking at the money on this game, and it does seem like a lot of people are kind of catching on to this, but if it works, it works. So that's what we're going to do. Take the Steelers +3. At the end of the episode, by the way, I'll put my lock, and we'll come up with like at least 3 picks from this slate. So stay tuned for that. All right, Vikings and Titans. Titans are catching +6 at home here. Vikings got out to a hot start to start the season. Since have cooled down, and it's mostly been because of Sam Darnold. He came out the gate just gunslinger mentality, was putting up huge numbers. Justin Jefferson, it was Justin Jefferson, but this is a tricky spot. I'm going with the Titans here +6. It's not going to make the card or anything, but I just see all the money's on the Vikings. And Sam Darnold has 6 turnovers in the last 2 games combined. So not really much to talk about in this game. I'm not picking the Titans or anything as a lock, but if I had to go with a side, it would be Titans +6. All right, so a game I actually do like. This is card worthy here. We got the Browns taking on the Saints. Saints +1.5. Now, last week, if you watched the episode, I think I took the Saints. We didn't take them as a lot, but I really liked the Saints last week. And they got the new coach. They fired the old one. So anytime a team fires the coach, they get an extra boost, and the team just plays better the week after. I said we would take them last week and then fade them the rest of the year. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. So if I can find this game, it would help if I went in order. But all right, so the Browns -1.5 Um, Browns are coming off a bye week. They did just lose to the Chargers, but the Chargers are a really good defense. So Jameis Winston, 2 starts this season. We were on him the first time against the Ravens. I think they were catching like plus 7.5, and we locked that up. But then they lost to the Chargers. So the Ravens defense, you can throw all over them. They're not that good. In the secondary, they're really just good at stopping the run. So the Browns exploited that. Jameis Winston had himself a game. But then they played the Chargers, who the defense has been legit. Haven't given up more than 20 points all season long. So kind of to be expected, a little bit of a letdown spot. And the Saints. So this is a revenge game for Winston, by the way. So he was at the Saints for a while, and now he gets to make a start against his former team. Um, oh, and I think, okay, here's a big matchup problem for the Saints. Their offensive line is just going to get obliterated by the Saints defense. Myles Garrett, and we know how Derek Carr is under pressure. He's absolutely terrible. So yeah, we're going to be all over the Browns here, -1.5. I think this line's just off. So the Saints are bad, by the way. So this is very much likely to make the card. All right, Jaguars +3.5 at the Lions. This game right here is ugly. It's probably going to get ugly on the game. Yeah, my handicap on this is the Jags are trash, and the Lions can't be stopped. I'm not going to spend much time on this. Take the Lions -13.5. Won't make the card or anything. I'm not taking a big spread, but I don't see the Jags covering here with Mac Jones. I watched him play last week, and he's still Mac Jones. All right, Packers and the Bears. Bears +5.5 at home. Bears are coming off a blowout loss. It's called a system that we have is big dog after blowout. So that's what qualifies here for the Bears. The Bears fired Shane Waldron, their offensive coordinator. So I do expect them to get a little bit of a bump here. The offense might look different. They might just get creative. And the Packers have no film on this, by the way. So that's a good thing. The Packers have won 19 of the last 21 games in the series, though. But I just think the Bears can cover here. That Bears secondary is actually playing pretty good, and we know Jordan Love is going to throw at least one interception in this game. He's just a back foot thrower. He throws it up sometimes. I think that Bears defense can pick him off, get a turnover, and cover this number here. It is a division game in Chicago. Taking the Bears +5.5, especially after underperforming against the spread last week. Don't think it would make the card, but that's what I want. All right, Raiders +7.5 at the Dolphins. It's a short week for the Dolphins off a Monday night game, and the Raiders are coming off a bye, so the rest advantage here does go to the Raiders. There's really no confidence in this pick. I think the Raiders will be able to get after him, but they'll be able to get after Tua, but maybe he'll get the ball out quick. I don't know. I just see more weapons for the Dolphins. I'll go Dolphins. I'll go -7, not 7.5, but no confidence in that pick. So Rams and the Patriots play. Home game for the Patriots. The Rams are laying 4.5 here. I don't know who would be taking the Rams -4.5. Can they cover that? I don't think so. I think I'll be on the Patriots here. Short week for the Rams as well, coming off Monday night. So yeah, Patriots and Drake May, they've looked pretty good actually. I'll take the Patriots to cover here +4.5. All right, next game. The Jets are favored once again against the Colts. Anthony Richardson will be the starter. Um, I don't know why they keep flipping back and forth, but honestly, after seeing Flacco play the last 2 games, I kind of agree with him here. You need to see what you got with Anthony Richardson. Why are the Jets favored? They just keep favoring them every single week. It seems like people are taking them no matter what. We've been fading the Jets on the channel if you've been watching. So I'm going to go with the Colts here, +4. I really just don't know why they're favored, but that defense is looking worse and worse ever since they fired Robert Saleh. Looks like one of the worst decisions the franchise could make at this point. So, yeah, I'll take the Colts +4 here. Jets have shown me nothing. Falcons +2 against the Broncos. Let's see. I think the Broncos are favored here for a reason. Public side's got to be the Falcons +2, so I'll take the Broncos -2 here. I think that defense might be a top unit in the NFL. You saw they contained Patrick Mahomes last week, held them down with some points, but ultimately couldn't get it done last week because of a blocked field goal. I'll take the Broncos to cover -2 here. All right, Seahawks +6.5 versus the Niners. Seahawks are coming off a bye week, and it's a division game. There's really not much to handicap in this one. Christian McCaffrey comes back. He should be even more involved than he was last week. Take the Seahawks +6.5. No confidence in this pick. All right, getting on to a good game here. Chiefs +2.5 at the Bills. So, to be honest with you, I have not been taking advantage of Mahomes as an underdog as much as I should have, and I'm not going to start today. I just feel like eventually people are going to get burnt by this. The Chiefs are undefeated. They haven't been covering spreads. I think the Bills at home, I think they finally get them in a regular season game. I think if it comes down to the playoffs, I would have to take the Chiefs here. But I'm going to go with the Bills to win this game by 2.5. I know all the money's on the Chiefs, and I'm just not going to start now because I feel like eventually this line's gonna be poisoned, and a lot of people are gonna pay the price for this. But I'll take the Bills -2.5, and I refuse to make this pick on the card just because I don't want to lose when Patrick Mahomes is an underdog again. But next up, something that's probably going to make the card: Bengals +1.5 at the Chargers. So I almost took the bait on this. I almost took the Chargers, but I'm officially taking the Bengals +1.5 here, or money line, whichever way you want to play it. I know that Chargers defense has been good, but I think I've been hearing it too much this week. Chargers haven't allowed 20 points. I even mentioned it earlier in the video. And I think that if anybody can put up more than 20, it's going to be the Bengals. The Bengals defense has looked a step better. And the Chargers really haven't played nobody. I was looking back at their schedule. They beat the Titans last week. That's not impressive at all. And I know the Chargers are getting up to play for Harbaugh, but I think the Bengals here are really desperate for a win. I'll take them as a short dog. I know the money's on the Bengals, but I just got a feeling, and I got to go with the Bengals in this one. Um, this is the Sunday night game. Bengals do have extended rest because they played on Thursday night. I think that might be a little sneaky spot here as well. So most likely going to lock this one up. Bengals on the money line. I know a lot of people probably disagree with this one, but I do believe that it's the right side to be on. Texans at the Cowboys. We got a lot of things going for Dallas here. So we've been fading teams that play the Lions, and the Texans played the Lions last week. Teams have been just winning straight up after playing the Lions, or teams have been losing after playing the Lions. The Texans are catching 7 here on the road. It is an in-state rivalry game. A lot of things going for the Cowboys here. Cowboys are an underdog after getting blown out, which is a system play itself. And then the fade the team after playing the Lions here, and all the money is on the Texans here for good reason. So we'll probably cover this game more tomorrow, but the early look ahead spot, I'm taking Cowboys +7. If there's a 7.5, I would recommend doing that. But like I said, we'll cover this and probably have a pick on it tomorrow more in depth. So, and the Texans just aren't very good. I know the Cowboys aren't either, and it's ugly. But all right, so we're gonna get to the lock portion of this. Jake usually does these videos with me, but he's not up this morning, so soloing it. But I already know he likes this pick, so, and I do too. We talked about it. We're going to take the Steelers +3. Like we said last week, we got to do a better job about getting the hook, so we're going to take +3.5 here. If you got to buy it, then so be it, but I don't want to push on count of a field goal. So there's just too much history, trends, and the Steelers is an underdog here. It's a system play, so we're not going to stop now. We're going to take the Steelers +3.5. It's been good to us. Next up, like I mentioned earlier, this line's just off. We're taking the Browns -1.5 here, or money line, whichever way you want to play it. If you can get like minus 120, minus 125 for the Browns, money line, I recommend doing that. But official play would be Browns minus 1.5 since that's what the line is. I just think there's a huge talent discrepancy here. The Saints, I said we would be fading them last week, and that Browns defense is just going to create havoc. Derek Carr is going to be under pressure. He's not good under pressure. Revenge spot for Jameis Winston. I think they just got more weapons. Cedric Tillman's coming along, and Nick Chubb is back. Shaded Nick Chubb's back. But yeah, I like the Browns here. So that would be pick number 2. And then pick number 3, somewhere. Oh, I mentioned it earlier. I really like the Bengals here as a short dog. Sneaky spot. Like I said, I was almost on the Chargers here, and then it just didn't feel right. So the Bengals is the correct side to be on here. Taking them either money line or plus 1.5. Official pick would be plus 1.5 just in case. But those are the 3 picks. So we got the Bengals plus 1.5. We got the Browns minus 1.5. And then we're going with the Steelers plus 3.5. So make sure I didn't miss anything. I know I liked a lot of stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to be on that Chiefs and Bills game, but I do hope that Tony Romo and Jim Nantz are calling that game. If not, I'm probably going to watch it on mute if Tom Brady's calling it. But, yep, that's all I got. I'll get this video out and upload for you guys. Soloing it today. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe. It keeps the channel, it keeps us motivated to keep putting out picks. So, see you guys tomorrow.